Today's video, I'm going to show you how to make $100 a day with a simple $7 digital product. And I've been selling digital products for years and years and years, and it always amazes me how much easier it is today to sell digital products than it was before. Years ago, when I was selling digital products, I didn't sell anything online digitally for the first year I was online in business. But once I understood how to sell products like I'm going to show you today, that was the foundation, that was the springboard for me to start making thousands of dollars every single month. And I'm going to show you how to do it today and just how much easier it is today. I've got 4 points I want to talk about, and then ultimately this will help you just get the same sorts of results as well. Now, I'm also going to show you the easy way and also the hard way. So obviously that's why it's important for you to stay to the end. So the first thing that you need in order to make $100 a day with a $7 digital product is you need a $7 digital product, which you sell, obviously. But this has to be so good, you feel like you're being robbed every single time somebody pays you for it. And it's funny, like it doesn't have to be just for the record. It does, like a digital product. What's a digital product is? Well, it can be an ebook, it can be some sort of report, it can be a masterclass, it can be a digital course, a digital training. It can be so many different things. It can be a set of audios. It really just depends what you prefer. Now, my preference is always going to be, if this is your first product, if you just want to do something as like the easiest, basically, is just a digital course, right? If it's one long masterclass or if it's multiple videos, right? But a digital course, that's the first digital product I made, which started selling 10 plus years ago. And it was 5 videos, and it was about 40 minutes in duration. And I just recorded it one afternoon, right? And get this, I didn't even show my face, right? At the time, I was so afraid, so petrified. I just had slides and I was literally talking over the slides. So they didn't even see my face in the product. And again, that was the product which built my first online business to thousands of dollars every single month. So just so you know, you don't have to really like overthink this. It's actually easier than you think. All right. So let me give you an example, right? This is one of my products I sell right now. It's called Cash Flow for Christians. And this is like the order form, right? So when obviously you're selling a product, you have to send people to an order form and then they obviously go and buy it. Now, notice what I'm doing here. And obviously I run tests on this stuff as well, but I'll talk about that maybe in another day. So for example, product you can see here is called Cash Flow for Christians. It tells them what they particularly are going to get. It's how any Christian tired of working 40 plus hours a week can turn their hobbies, passions, or expertise into daily profits in 7 days or less, right? Notice this, right? Lifetime money back guarantee. And this is what I was talking about. These are the things you can start to see, which showcase you feel robbed. Imagine I'm so confident that this result, this system that I'm giving you works. I'll give you a lifetime money back guarantee, right? Very simple. And obviously this is something I will test over time, right? But just if I'm doing it now, it showcases to you that the confidence I have in the system. Now you can see it's $7, and that this is look at what I do. I give them, at least currently, right? This is a special deal. They get a free VIP upgrade. So imagine I'm not only giving them the product, and obviously you can just hear just some proof that this is something that I've been doing and can continue to do. So the point I'm trying to get you to realize is this product should not be $7. When I first made the product, and even as I upgraded the product and added even more stuff to it, there were times when I was like, you know what? No, I can't sell this for $7. This product should be at least $97. It should be even more, because the stuff I talk about in that product, like I wish I had a product back in the day, which was $7, which had all of the stuff that I'm talking about and showcasing to people how to do in that product. I'm talking about so much stuff which helps them. And I even in the product go behind the scenes and show them exactly how to do it within 7 days or less. So there's so many examples. It's like you will literally feel like, no, don't sell it for this price. But one of the things which is so powerful about that, when you have that feeling, you know the product is good. Before I continue and tell you about the hard way to make $100 with this digital product and the easy way, I wanted to show you this as an example, right? Just to kind of showcase the point, right? So this is Esther. She bought this product. Notice what she said. She said, I bought this a couple of days ago thinking, oh, it has a lifetime guarantee. So if it doesn't show me what to do, I'll just get a refund. But after going through it, I've got so much value and action steps to take that I'd feel like I'm stealing if I ask for a refund. Great job, brother. God bless all that you do. Now, this is the feeling and the emotions you want people to have. The day and age we live in, right, just naturally speaking, you're going to have people who are skeptical, are fearful, are afraid, are questioning. Can this work? That's okay, right? You can only do whatever you can do before they buy in order to like get them to be relaxed enough. Just in simple terms. But you want, that is what I want. That is how the product is designed, to get people to have that reaction. They have skepticism. They're doubting, is this going to work? Can it be, is this too good to be true? $7, is it really going to give me that? And then you come in and you get all of that feeling that, whoa, this is so good. I'm literally stealing from Israel. I feel like I'm robbing him. That's what you want. Because when you have that feeling, that will motivate them to take the action, and it will motivate them to buy any of the other products you have, because they'll be like, okay, cool. If Israel's doing this, giving me this so much value in my free content, if Israel's giving me so much value in this lower price product, I can only imagine. I can't even wait before I get into his higher price products and see what he has there in store for me as well, right? So this is what I'm talking about. The first thing you need is a product which is so good you can sell it, but you feel like you're getting robbed. And notice, it doesn't mean that this is something which is loads of time or anything along those lines. It doesn't mean that. It just means the solutions, the systems you're giving them are so good. That's what you need to focus on. You can give someone a system in 20 minutes, in 30 minutes, but the system has to be good. The system has to get results. That's what's significant. All right. Now let's talk about 2 ways to make $100. We're going to talk about the hard way and we're going to talk about the easy way. So let's start with the hard way. And this is like, I want to preface this as well, right? This is hard, not because it's necessarily hard, but I'm thinking from the perspective of a beginner, right? So this is hard. The hard way to do this is, if you're selling a product which is $7, then in order to get to $100, you need to sell about 15 of them. And if you sell 15 of them, you're going to be selling about 100 a day. Now, it's not hard in the sense of selling 15 people into your product every single day. That's not necessarily hard. But from a beginner's perspective, you may be looking at this like, no, this is like, how am I going to be able to sell 15 a day? You can sort of kind of get to grips with selling 1 a day or something along those lines, right? This is what I'd say is the hard way. Or, you know what? let's just say it's the harder way, right? But it's not hard once you understand and you know what you're doing. Now let's talk about the easy way, which doesn't mean or doesn't need you to sell 15. But when you start selling 15 a day, this just even multiplies even more. What I'm talking about here are what we call upsells. Upsells which solve a new problem, right? So let's go back here quickly. So let's say, for example, right, someone buys your product, and then after they buy that product, you immediately offer them 1, 2, 3, however many you feel are best products right there and then. And a certain percentage are going to buy this, a certain percentage are going to buy this one, a certain percentage are going to buy this one, and a certain percentage are going to buy all of them, right? But let's put it like this. Let me put it like this just to make this very simple for you. So about even over 10 years ago, I bought this camera, right? This was a camera to help you understand what I'm talking about. And when I bought this camera, I didn't only buy this camera. Why? Because the people who are selling me this camera understood that there's new problems Israel now has because he has a camera. I bought a bundle. Part of that bundle came with this remote control, right? Why? Why would I need a remote control? Because with a remote control, I don't have to, if I'm recording a video, for example, like this, I don't need to be reaching over and all that kind of stuff. I can just press the button and it records. Another thing, right? It wasn't this one, but another thing that I got was a tripod. A tripod, why? Because if I'm recording videos, then I want to be able to plant it on a tripod so it doesn't fall down, or someone doesn't have to hold it and then the camera's shaking all over the place, etc. Right? Different problems. It came with some cleaning materials. It came with a different lens. I've got two lenses. Why? Because I may be recording from different distances, and the lens is going to help you zoom in, zoom out, focus, and give you different quality, etc. Right? I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm 8 years sober from McDonald's, right? Don't laugh at me, but notice this. Everybody does this, and we all like this. So much so that, why am I bringing up McDonald's? Because back in the day when I used to buy McDonald's on a regular basis and other fast food places, right? They didn't need to upsell me. I was ready to upsell myself. So I would go into McDonald's, or I would go to the drive-thru, and I'd say, "Look, can I have a large quarter pounder meal with cheese meal, right?" And I'd say, what did I do? I said large. I didn't say, "Can I have a quarter pounder with cheese meal?" and then wait for them to say, "Would you like it to be large?" That's what an upsell is. I know I'm saying it already, but then I'm like, "Okay, cool. Can I have a strawberry milkshake?" Because if you pay for a normal drink, it's a certain amount of money. If you pay for a milkshake, it's more money. Then I also said, "Can I get a double cheeseburger?" Right? Can I get XYZ? Can I get this? Can I get an extra cheeseburger? Can I get an extra large fries? I didn't need them to upsell me. I was already upselling myself. And that's the power of upsells. When you have a product and you're giving it to someone who's happy, you don't even need to upsell them. They will do it for you, but you still give them the opportunity anyway. So let's say, for example, I walked into McDonald's, right? Before I was just cutting out let's say cutting out the middleman out. They are trained to ask those questions. But let's say, for example, I walked into McDonald's and I'm like, "Okay, cool. Can I have a large quarter pounder with cheese meal?" Oh, sorry, can I have a quarter pounder with cheese meal? Based on their training, they would then ask me something along the lines of, "Do you want a milkshake, or do you want it to be large? Do you want something extra?" Why? Because they know when you are in the moment buying something, it creates new problems. So, for example, right? New problems may be, well, this food's not going to fill you up, or you want more. You don't want it to end as quick. So how do they solve that problem? They offer you more stuff, and you have the opportunity to say yes or no. So for example, right, I spoke about my product earlier, Cash Flow for Christians. That product I was showing you, that order form converts about 5+%, right? So that means with every 100 people that come to that page, 5 people are buying it, right? So what does that turn into? Well, I have to think to myself from that perspective, okay, cool. If I'm showing people how to create a digital product that they can sell based on their skills, hobbies, or expertise in the next 7 days, what is a problem that's going to come up for someone who buys that product? Just like the camera doesn't come by itself because there's additional problems, right, that are now created. I say to myself, okay, cool. They may dig creating a digital product, which is what I'm showing them to do, but they may not be confident with their product idea, or they may not even have a product idea that they want to sell. So I turn around and I create a product called what? Product ideas that pay every single day. And this is a product which I offer to them, and I say, okay, cool. Do you want to get a product idea, which I'm going to show you how to generate for yourself based on a 3P framework that I show them in that product. And by the end of that product, you're going to be able to have a product idea that you are confident about selling. You're passionate about selling it. You don't feel like an imposter. And it's something that people are going to be happy to pay you for every single day. That's because I'm thinking to myself from the perspective of the people that I'm serving. How can I make it easier for them? How can I solve the problems that they may have in their mind that they're going to think about? And the better you get at doing this, you can do this before they even think about those problems themselves. That's the second and third way pretty much kind of combined, right? It's not the hard way of selling 15 a day to get 100. With an upsell, that's how I can turn a $7 purchase of that product into a, let's say for example, $24 purchase, or a $120 purchase, because of the upsells that I have, which solve new problems that they will have based on buying this new product. And by me presenting it to them and giving them those options, they're able to now make a decision. Okay, cool. You know what? Maybe I don't have a product idea that I'm confident about, or I didn't even think about that. Yeah, let me get this. It's going to help me a lot, right? Or if it's another one of my upsells, right? Which, for example, another one of my upsells, which I offer them is, instead of you worrying about how to create a course, Why don't you just copy the way I create all of my courses? You can get my template, you can get my bonus walkthrough training where I'm showcasing to you how to do it the easiest way. So it's easy to create and deliver in a way which makes your customers happy. That's another upsell that I give them the opportunity to make. Why? Because again, they may be sold on digital products. They now have a product idea, but they need to create the course. How are they going to make the course when it comes to delivering it? Well, just copy the formula that I use because it's clearly working, it's clearly proven, etc. And then so on and so forth, right? So that's the next step. After that, this is obviously vital. The previous steps are good, but they're not going to matter if you don't have this step. And that is, you want to create content you can make, even with your phone, talking to people your product can serve, right? So what does that mean? So that means, obviously, I'm creating products specifically to help Christians, to create digital products, to sell enough digital products that eventually they can replace their full-time income. So they don't have to feel shackled or handcuffed to a 40, 50, 60, 70, 8-hour work week, etc. So I create content speaking specifically to them. And you know what I'm even going to do? I'm even just going to give you an example, right, of this live, right? So you don't even need a high quality camera to do this. So I'm just going to give an example. This is a YouTube video, right? I'm going to give you an example of a short that you can create on your phone, right? And you'll see the power of this. So speak specifically to who you're talking to. So who am I speaking to? I'm speaking to Christians who, in this particular video, for example, I'm showcasing to people how to make $100 a day with a $7 digital product. So that's exactly what I'm going to say in this video, and you're going to see how this is going to work. So let's go. So I'll show you anyway. All right, cool. Are you a Christian who would like to make $100 a day by selling a simple $7 digital product from anywhere in the world? If you said yes to that question, I literally am in the process of recording a video that will show you exactly how to do it. What I want you to do is to comment the number 7 below this video, and I'm going to send it to you right away. Go in and God bless. All right. So I'm going to now post that video on Instagram, and people who comment the number 7, I'm going to send them this video right here. And this is the kind of example I'm talking about, right? I'm just literally speaking specifically to the people that I believe I should serve, and I'm helping them in regards to the things they are interested in doing. So now, any Christian out there who wants to sell a digital product and wants to make $100 a day will be interested, and those who are interested enough will comment number 7 below. And just let me know as well, right? If you're watching this video from that Instagram, coming from Instagram, comment 7 below in the video, just so everybody who's watching this video knows and understands that making content is easy, and it doesn't have to be high tech, right? The quality of that weren't even the best, but it's that simple to do something like that. And that's why I just wanted to just give you, right, this live example, because it makes so much sense. So I know you may be thinking like, wow, like Israel, like how could you do that? You're like, it's so easy for you. It's not necessarily easy for me in that sense, right? That's why I want you to watch this video next, where I talk about what nobody's going to tell you, or most people anyway are not going to tell you, that you need to know and do in order to replace your full-time income as quickly as possible. Go in and God bless, winners.